Hi guys, Ronda Winstead here. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, you are perhaps not familiar with the journals that I have made over the years. If you're not new, you will recognize that it's been a really long time since I posted pictures of journals. And for those of you that were faithfully following when I was doing my retro kitchen recipe journal, the last one I did, it was video number 5, I believe. Excuse me. Still got the little frog in my throat. Yeah, that was clear back in September. And then, fall, and then the holidays, and then, yeah. So, I'm back working. I want to get this finished up. So, that's what we're going to work on. I will put the links to my other videos on this. I'm not going to go back through and explain all of that, just to say that I use sandwich bags for my pages. They start out like this. Well, they don't. They start out as a bag, and then I cut them, and then I collage and do fun things. Doing my stitching and my mixed media stuff. So, oh my goodness, excuse me. So where we left off, I had finished this page and just had a ledger piece right here. And it takes 4 decorated pages that I stitch together to create 2 pockets, right? Remember? Or for those of you who knew, yeah, that's what we do. And then it's the beginning of a signature, okay? And I have one that is completely done. Let me just go back here and show you. This one has been finished. Whoops, not this one. This one, the 4 pages have been finished, okay? So, there's a pocket, and here's a pocket, all right? And, of course, other pockets and whatnot. That, I still have to do the inside of the signature. Yeah, this one is fatter. Okay. So, we have gone ahead and added little bits of fun here and there, etc., etc., etc. I will do a flip through of everything when I'm completely done. But, so we've got still really quite a lot to do. And I just, it's the new year, 2021. I just want to get it done. So, that's what we're working on. I'm finishing up. This one is done. And this one is not. So, oh, golly. I hope you are doing really well today. The sun is coming out. We have sunshine. Yesterday, we were supposed to get up to 71 degrees, but instead, we had a gully washer rain. Oh, almost all day. It was, so all the ditches and puddles and everything is full of water. All right, so let me tell you what I've done. In addition to the ledger page, I have added a handkerchief, part of a handkerchief. You can see I have added a bit of one of the theme fabrics that I have been using. I have added some dotted Swiss right here. And so that's where I'm at so far. Okay? So now let's finish this page out, you guys. I have a bit of parchment paper. Is this parchment? Well, can't even remember now. And I love it. I have zigzagged. I've just cut it out with some scissors, and then I edged around with my ink so it gives this. Otherwise, if I put it on, when you're looking at it, I mean, you definitely can tell, but this way it defines the layer a little bit nicer, and I like that. So we've got that going on there, and then let me pull some things that I had thought about possibly adding here. This was from a breakfast bar. I think just a cheap Walmart, like a blueberry. It was one of the images on the cardboard. And I kind of peeled some of the cardboard off the back. I fussy cut around. And you can see it's got this labeling on there, but I'll cover that up. We won't see that. But I thought that would be a fun thing to add here. We're all about the food. And of course, I love adding the recipes and things. And I've got, I've just really got a plethora of stuff here. And I can see why it's taken me so long to do this journal, because I have an overabundance of things that I could add. And sometimes, you guys, that's not great. Sometimes that just makes us spin our wheels when we've got too many choices. Does that even make sense to you guys? Yeah. So anyway, so what I've been doing, for those of you that have just joined me, I am adding on these signature beginning pages with the pockets, I'm making them more highly decorated. And then the inside are moderately decorated, if that makes sense. So these won't necessarily be pages that you would journal on, although you've got the pocket, and I'll put some probably cardstock paper in there, so that you could journal, but you put it in the pocket. Alrighty, so this I have edged around there. I've got this. I really do like this, so I want to incorporate, that's a definite, but other things, we have other possibilities here. And keeping in mind this is a retro. Oh, I love this whole page. Is this the coolest page? Dear friend, Betty Crocker. Is that really Betty Crocker? I don't know. 1957 General Mills. I just love this. Now I could put, I could cut this so that I could have Betty Crocker's, but I love this. Somehow I've got to use at least this image and this image, but they may be their own on a page. I may fussy cut around that. So we'll leave that aside. We'll still look for some things here. Another thing, and I have videos on this too, on doing side snips. And these are super fun. I've had some, oh, that's cute too, huh? Or we could come over here. Now, one of the advantages of layering is you have so many different levels and you have different textures that you gain in your work. And I absolutely love that aspect of. I've also got some laces that I can add that I have been using. We can put more recipes. I mean, I've got so much good stuff. And these are recipes from my own mom's cookbook that I have copied and printed out books for my siblings. And so I've got all these fun things to work with as well. All right. Well, first of all, let's just continue with the background. Let's see about where we want this to lie. Now, if I move it here, it leaves it open down at the bottom here and on this side. If I move it down here, however, which I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me see. Let me bring this up a little bit for you guys. And move this. If I do it this way, I've got texture going here. I've got added texture going here. Let me move over. And look at all this that I've got. This layer and this layer and this layer. And sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4 layers going on that you can see, which is part of the idea of all of this, is to be able to see the layers. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do. So, how have you been, you guys? It's been a couple of days since I've had a video up. I think what we'll do is we will do double-sided tape on this because of the parchment. I hope this will work. I hope it will work. And I may have shared this with you before in another video that I was working on. But I was with my son and daughter-in-law and granddaughter and hubby. We were out antiquing moderately. I mean, you know, it's a little different with the COVID, and it's not nearly as fun with having the face masks on and trying to be careful not to get close to anybody else and, you know, all of that. But and actually it was my son that pointed it out to me, this double-sided tape, these rolls of 3M. I didn't think that's what they were. They were just in kind of a hardware area. And he's like, Mom, do you use this? Do you want to get some of this? And I'm like, what is it? It's like it's double-sided tape. No, that doesn't look like double-sided tape. Well, it is. So I looked at it, and, well, it was. So I said, yeah. How much? But he said $1 a roll. I'm like, whoa. So I picked up 4 rolls of this stuff, and I have been using it and loving it and wishing that I had maybe purchased all of them. And I'm still on this first roll that I picked up, so yeah, I'm really happy with that. Okay, so let us bring this down hither. I want to see the stitching. Okay. Okay, that's cool. I see the layers, and And I could, I can definitely stitch around that too. And I don't know, I may not. Okay, so I'm kind of really liking this over here, I think, versus here. And I don't know if I need anything else there. Maybe underneath just a little bit up in this area, perhaps. So let's see, maybe one of these salady thingies. Maybe one of these salady thingies. Okay. Okay, I kind of like that. Let's just sort of rip it. And for those of you that are not familiar with my ripping style, I do it opposite what most people do. But I am left-handed. And that's supposed to explain everything, right? Oh, she's left-handed. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, occasionally I will rip the correct way, I suppose, if there's a correct way. But I like the added texture that ripping it this way gives me versus this way, if that makes sense. Yeah, she's left-handed. Did you hear? No. Speaking of left-handed, I had a very sweet, maybe I've told you this story before. If I have, I do apologize. When I was in 3rd grade, and I had a very sweet, I don't think it was a 3rd grade teacher. It was my 1st grade teacher, Mrs. Olson. I had nice teachers. I have nothing to complain about or feel that I was denigrated, or I just have good memories of my teachers. Anyway, her name was Mrs. Olson, and you're learning how to ride and do all these different things. We'll just pull out our art glitter glue now. You guys, as you can see, I'm just putting things down. Let me get my little stopper when I haven't used it. Wow. Huh. When I haven't used my art glitter glue for a minute, it can get stuck. I think that pin was too fat to go in there. Anyway, when I haven't used it for a little bit, I have to kind of unclog, even though I have the lid on. But, so, Mrs. Olson, my 1st grade teacher, very nice, and of course I'm new to school and all of that. She was trying to get me to write with my right hand instead of my left hand. And I couldn't do it. And I was frustrated, and went home, and I don't remember if I cried or not. I probably did. I don't know. But Mom, I think, was a little upset with the teacher. She thought it was just fine that I wrote with my left hand, and that shouldn't be a problem. And I don't remember if she talked with the teacher or what happened, but eventually, she just let it go, and I was able to just start writing with my right hand. I like that. That's looking good. So, do I want to glue that on there first, or... Now, let me get these things that I was thinking about bringing in over here. And the trouble with sometimes putting something down and gluing it down is maybe you'll come up with something else that you want it to go under, which this could go under. But being overzealous to try to get something done, well, let's see. We'll just... Now, I like that, but I don't like that. Let me explain to you why. Or you tell me why you don't like that. I mean, not that you don't like it, but you know what I mean. Exactly. It's too much the same. One column, another column. See the difference? I mean, this is broken up and your eyes can go hither and yon. Here, it's just boom. Yeah. So that doesn't work there. Not to say that we couldn't, but it needs some work before it would actually go well there. Let me also pull out these. And I do have these in my Etsy shop. I have a whole bunch of little cutouts for, you know, images that you can add to your work that are fun, little retro. So we'll do something in there. I don't know that we'll do this particular one, but we'll have something there. And that looks good. Let's see. I gotta... Let me reach into my junky stuff over here. Here's another something that we could add for texture. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah. I'm kind of liking this, you guys. And I do believe that I also created a whole bunch of these sweet little clusters that we could certainly add something of that nature. So I've got clusters, I've got this strip. Now, if I did this, you can see already that it looks better because it has something under and something over here. It's still too linear, but you know, if you added some things here and maybe, you know, something across there. But that's where the layering really does, I think, make a huge difference. Let me see. Let me get out my little... I have a bunch of these. Let's see if there's some things I have been gifted. I was looking to see if there was something in particular that might have... Now this has the color, the green. That could be nice. I was looking for something maybe with blueberries, and I don't see anything with blueberries. There's the lemon, I think. All right. And I have more of these. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, I love these. I love these. These are so fun to make. I have a video on that too. All right. Okay. Let's continue with doing just a little bit more layering here, I think. And like I said, I really do. I like that. On top? Yeah, I agree. I think it needs to go, this needs to go under. And then I'm thinking some clearish ripped something. Well, maybe not clearish, but I could, but this is awfully like that. So I don't want that, I don't think. I have these strips. That could work. I think I would put that underneath there. I love to bake. And then we could put when along came something that I don't remember what. Oh. So it's just a matter, guys, of just kind of taking a peek-see and looking and deciding. Those olives, I like that one. There's the toast. These are just super fun to use. Is that? Oh, I guess that is just one. Okay. Maybe a word or a little saying or something like that. And this, let's see, let's rip that, and then let us take this down. I think this needs to be a little more textural. Is that a word? My dad used to, I guess I used to make words up. I used to combine words, and he's like, that's not a word. Well, I think it's a good word. Oh, you do, huh? And being little, I guess he just kind of encouraged me in my word weirdness. I always felt, I always felt loved. Oh, I miss my folks, you guys. I miss my parents. I have a sister and a brother that have passed as well. And one who died before I was ever born. And okay, let's see. We're getting better, huh? It's looking better. I'm kind of starting to really like that. What do you think about having this on top and then so this isn't so linear that way, and then maybe doing this kind of like something in this way? Let's go ahead. We're sort of doing these more, we're not squampishing them, although the little clusters are squampish, but the image, we're kind of squaring that up. So I kind of think this is, I sort of like this, and we could have that showing. I mean, that could be either way on the edge there, or we could even do it like this. Ooh, I like that too. What do you think? Do you like it? You like him, don't you? What movie? What movie, you guys? Tell me the movie. Maybe you'll win a prize. Okay, this is coming along well. I think we're almost done here, my friends. Tea and toast. Do I want? Nope, wrong color. It's not awful. What do you think? Do you like it? Now, take a look before you decide, before you tell me on that. I want you to take a look at some of these that I have printed up. Eating is a necessity, but cooking is an art. I can't have anything too huge there. Season everything with love. Let's kind of go with this one. Let's try this. And we could, you know what, we could actually just put a piece of lace down here. We haven't put hardly any lace on here. That's just wrong. That is so wrong. Trouble with sometimes putting the lace on or not. I love the layers and I want to be able to see the layers, okay? So I want them to show. That's kind of cool. We could take that like down to the bottom, and I am going to stitch around some of this. We'll work it up, and then I will go ahead and take it over to my sewing machine, and we'll just stitch it up. And then I will come back and show you what I've been working on. So I think this will probably be my last video on this particular journal until I do the flip through. So I'll go ahead and finish up off camera. Now I don't like that hanging down. So sometimes it's just a matter of building. You just have to give it the time that it needs. It needs to talk to you. You have to be able to be willing to listen to what it's saying. Okay. Anyway, I will show you, I'll come back and show you this, and then I will do a final flip through. When I get everything done, I'll show the finished book, and it will be ready for some wonderful person to purchase. So, okay. All right, guys, I'm going to turn the video off now. I'm going to go ahead and glue things down, and I may or may not add, I may add a little something here. You know what? I might add some washi tape. So I'm going to turn it off now, and I'll come back and show you the finished page here. Okay, I am back showing you the finished page and the finished 4 decorated pages with 2 pockets. So I'm really loving this. I added a little bit of fabric here, and I added this little recipe here from what we talked about, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So here we go. All right, my friends, I hope you know I love you. I am wishing you well. I hope your day is going fantastic. And I hope that you will do some fun journaling or creating, whatever it is that makes you happy. And until next video, bye now.